Hello and welcome to Horticulture Happy Hour. My name is Wayne Hobbs. I'm the host for tonight. I am the environmental horticulture agent for the University of Florida. Hello and welcome to Horticulture Happy Hour. My name is Wayne Hobbs. I am the environmental horticulture agent with the University of Florida IFAS Extension Office in Clay County. And tonight we're going to be taking a look at somewhat of a fall plant, but I thought it was actually pretty fitting since we're in November here in Florida, but yet it's still 82 degrees out and it's actually fairly warm out of my bar area tonight. We're going to be taking a look at gingers. So gingers are actually one of my favorite plants for Florida, especially as a Florida-friendly landscape plant, because they tend to be very versatile, very low maintenance as long as they're put in the right place. Most gingers do best in a well-drained and oftentimes shady area. So there's areas of your yard where we may have large mature trees, places where maybe shaded for most of the day. It's a great place to plant some gingers, and they are very easy to grow usually. Put them in the ground. They don't need much irrigation. They don't need much extra care. They just tend to grow in and take over. They will spread by their rhizomes, which is excellent. They do come in a lot of cool varieties. So this is one that I actually grabbed right on my backyard earlier. So as you can see, beautiful blooms on these. They have a variety of colors. This one has this gorgeous red color. I have another that's actually more of a white color. The one problem we did have is that we did get a little bit of a cold snap a couple weeks ago. So the different varieties of ginger I have here, a lot of them actually got hit pretty hard. So for example, here's another. I think this one's actually called Dancing Lady. This one's kind of came up on its own out of a pot that I forgot about and got a little bit beat up. But as you can see, the leaves here got tinged a little bit by the cold, so it is dying back. I've got some others that are completely lodged over now. Um, but overall, it's a very versatile plant. They usually do die back in the winter, like I mentioned, but some of them are very unique. Big blooms. One of my favorite ones to use is actually called shampoo ginger, where it actually creates a this reddish cone that goes up, um, about this big, and if you squeeze it, it'll actually secrete this soapy liquid that actually can be used as a natural shampoo. It has a very nice fragrance to it, beautiful red color. So very unique plants to use. Other ones that are cool, if you've ever seen a curcuma, I usually have some of those in my backyard too. They come up from the rhizomes a little bit later in the year than you expect. These have a purple and white bloom, very super unique. And then we get into things like our edible gingers too. So you can grow those in Florida. The ornamental gingers, I do get that question often as to whether you can use them as a ginger. You can, but what I've been told is that actually the flavoring on them is off. It's not exactly what you'd expect versus something like the ginger you'd buy at the grocery store. The good news is you can actually grow your own edible ginger from what you buy at the grocery store. Now's not the time to do it because if you plant it now, it's like when they get too cold. These are not frost tolerant usually. So what you're going to do is plant your ginger in about mid-March once you're past the danger of frost, and you can actually use the ones from the grocery store. What you want to do with these to prep them to plant, wash them off because sometimes they do treat them with some stuff to basically stop them from sprouting because they don't want them to start growing in the produce section. But you can plant these as long as you have those healthy eyes. Each one of those has the ability to grow into a new shoot. So you can plant your ginger. You can actually, if you have a larger root, you can cut it up into sections. And then with using it, remember there are also other varieties you can plant, like turmeric can be grown. There's a lot of really cool things you can do with ginger in your landscape or add it into your own herb garden. Now to actually use ginger, there's actually several uses for this. For me, I'm actually not a big fan of ginger on its own, especially things like ginger beer. That spice to it's actually a little bit heavy for me, so I have to find things that can mix with well, things that'll help to tone down that high level of spice that we do see. So to use this, there are several ways. One way to do it is to actually use it within syrup. So if you're looking at a way to use it in your mixology, take ginger, use it, put it into like a 1-to-1 or a 2-to-1 sugar syrup, and take those freshly sliced ginger, put them inside, and let it infuse into that, and you'll get that nice spicy flavor you might want to add in that can balance well with more of your sweetness. Another option is to infuse things like doing tinctures. Small amount of ginger can definitely go into there. Or one of the more common ways I actually use it is with ginger beer. So I'll buy commercial ginger beer, and what that does really well is balance out with sweet things. So what I actually made this week for a work event was I took apple cider, about 2-to-1 with ginger beer, and then some lemon on top, and that made a nice sweet drink. But that ginger flavor at the end really came through. I want to try it again with actually using like a cinnamon syrup to add a little bit something more in the middle there. So it goes from the cider flavor with the acid of lemon, and there's like a little bit of delay before that spice comes in. So something to kind of fill in a little more of those herbal spicy flavors too. So a lot of ways to use this. Add it into your landscape. Like I mentioned, it is a great Florida-friendly plant that can grow in. Um, and one cool thing I like about it design-wise, if you are doing a tropical landscape, so if the focus of your landscape is to be tropical, one of the best plants is ginger because you get leaves like this. Huge leaves, big textures, work really well against grasses. Like I said, it's great in the shade where oftentimes it's hard to find really good landscape plants that really thrive in the shade while this does. And basically provides you with 9 months out of the year, beautiful, large, lush plants. They die back in the winter, but then in the spring they'll sprout back up and be blooming again in no time. You can start enjoying all those beautiful tropical blooms, colors, nice smells. Even breaking these off, sometimes you do get that nice sharp ginger smell. So that actually wraps us up for tonight. We have a little bit of a shorter video, but these are one of my favorite topics. Down in the comments on this live video, as well as when it's ported over to YouTube, I'll have links to some of those resources we have about growing gingers in your landscape. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me or your local UFIFS Extension office. We're always happy to help. And hope you have a great horticulture happy hour and a great Friday night. Thank you.